This is a walkthrough of my Week 10 assignment, a menu-driven bus booking system in Python using SQLite. I'll be covering the project structure, 2 code quality problems I identified and fixed, 2 areas where the code was already high quality, and finally a live demo with the test passing. I have my main PY and create database PY open here. And you can see the 6 class files in the class diagram. It's just here. There you go. The project has 2 main scripts. I have create database, which builds and seeds the SQLite database, and main.py on the left here, which is the interactive booking system, and then the 6 Python files. 1 for each concept in the system, and 2 test scripts. Database creates the flywheels database. It defines the schema of the users, services, bus models, physical buses, runs and tickets, and seeds it with sample data, including an admin, a user called Bob, 3 services, and runs for the next 7 days. Here are all the create table statements. Each table has a primary key, and the relationships are enforced with foreign keys. Here, just reference service ID, and for example, a run belongs to a service, a ticket belongs to both a run and a user, and PY is the entry point for the system. It connects to the database and presents a home menu with options to log in and create an account and exit. Logging in as the admin, which would be Bob, as a regular user, gives you the customer menu. And hold on, I'll show you some of the hard-coded problems I had. Yeah, there we go. So this little piece of code here is just hard-coded. On this line, I've hard-coded the number 50 as the available seat count. This is an example of hard-coding a constant where a dynamic value should be used. There you go. The problem is that in our database we have 2 bus models, Model A bus with 30 seats and Model B bus with 50 seats. The bus assigned to a run depends on whether it's a weekday or a weekend. A weekend uses Model A, which only has 30 seats, but right now the system would still allow up to 50 bookings, which is incorrect and could overbook the bus. The fix is to query the actual seat count from the bus model table based on which bus is operating that run. Here we have select run number. We look up the day of the week for the run date, find a matching bus for that service on that day type, and then get the seat count from the bus model. This means that the available seats is now always accurate regardless of what model is operating. This is an example of the hard coding problem from the quality checklist, using a dynamic value from the database instead of a magic number in the code. My second problem was a broad exception handling. See this? It's just this line here. Print F error booking tickets. This problem is a broad exception handling in the ticket insertion block. Here I'm catching SQLite tree error, which is the base class for all SQLite exceptions, which is too broad. It would silently swallow errors that we should actually let crash, like a programming mistake in the SQL query or a corrupted database. Here as well. Just this line here, the last accept. Compare that to the block in create account where I specifically catch SQLite tree integrity error. That's the only error we actually expect here. A duplicate username violating the unique constraint. We're not catching anything broader. The fix for buy tickets is to only catch integrity error, since the only expected database error when inserting a ticket would be a constraint violation. Any other SQLite tree error is unexpected and should propagate, so it can be debugged. This maps directly to the broad exception handling I am on the quality checklist, catching the most specific exception possible rather than a base class that hides real problems. I'm going to show you my good quality. I have it in the create account function as well. Yeah, this is here. The first area of good quality is input validation in create account. Before touching the database at all, we check whether the username or password is empty and give the user a clear error message. This prevents inserting blank usernames into the database. In buy tickets, when the user types a run number, where's it gone? Yeah, here. In buy tickets, when the user types a run number, we wrap the conversion to integer in a try except value error. Just here. So if someone types a word or a symbol instead of a number, the system handles it gracefully and prints invalid input rather than crashing with an unhandled exception. And we also validate that the requested number of tickets doesn't exceed what's available, giving the user a specific informative message showing exactly how many seats are left. And the second area of good quality is avoiding repetition of functionality. The customer menu has two options that both need to display the list of future runs. Option 1 is view future bus runs directly, and option 2 is buy tickets, which also starts by showing the list of runs so the user can pick one. Rather than duplicating the SQL query and the display logic, in both places I extracted it into a single function called view future runs, which returns the list of runs. As well as printing them, buy tickets just calls that function and then uses the returned list to handle the selection. That means if we ever have to change how runs are displayed, say adding a number of remaining seats, we only change it in one place, and both menu options automatically reflect and update. This is a clean example of the no repetition of functionality principle. And then see all runs successfully. It's the fly on wheels database. So let's just log in as Bob. And this password is a bit tricky. It's Q4 to create hash. There you go. And it'll give us a welcome back with the username, and I'll just delete option. Please try again. What is going on? Oh yeah, no, that's great service. And I'll just change that to the block and press the line key. But there we go. And we'll have that created now. Let's log out. I'll have to log back in as Bob. Or now create an account with Betty. And there's a password, which is like 1, 2, 3. And log in as Betty. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. Customer menu and the Betty. What? 28. Let's do 10. There we go. 3. Total 10 tickets. There we go. That is the basic functionality of it working. Let's try the unit test now. we will just run the unit test here. We should have no issues. Ran 2 tests in less than a second. The flying wheels database is ready. Sample data inserted successfully, and everything is okay. Yeah, nice. I think that covers